low cost of studies as compared to the United States, post-graduation work permits, direct paths to getting a job, potential permanent residency, a good quality of life, and a multicultural environment. It's no wonder that Canada right now is among the top choices for Indian students to study abroad. In fact, after the United States, the highest number of Indian students who want to study overseas, they choose Canada. Over 1 million students have migrated to Canada for educational purposes in the last 5 years. But now, tense diplomatic relations between the two countries over the Niger killing probe have cast a cloud on the plans of a bunch of students. There are students who are already in Canada, students who are at the final stages of admission processes awaiting their visas, those who've just started applying to Canadian universities after detailed research, and of course, those who may be aspiring to go there soon.
There is obviously there's a reduction in demand. So we can see that earlier the number of inquiries for Canadian study, whatever we were getting, we've already seen 10 to 15% drop in the demand for that. Second, students who are opting for Canada, who are showing interest in Canada, are also asking for second option. What is the other option where they can get permanent residency or ease of immigration as well?
The sentiments are certainly negative because of the uncertainty. So a lot of people who have applied already have maybe just have procured visas, are traveling. They would still go ahead with it, but there'll still be some amount of I would say anxiety there because of this uncertainty.
I've also heard that there is talk of reducing diplomatic staff in India. If they do that, the visa processing is going to be backlogged very badly for Canada, and that will impact students. But I have not seen any official announcement.
Now, India has temporarily stopped issuing visas to Canadian citizens, and the Foreign Ministry has sent out a travel warning for certain areas in Canada. Though Canada hasn't blocked or suspended any visas for Indians so far, there are of course students and even parents who are worried as to whether it's even a good idea to consider Canada for studies at all, at least in the near future. So how much cause is there really for concern, and should students actually reconsider their study plans due to these diplomatic tensions? Let's see what the experts have to say. For starters, what everyone we spoke to said is that overall there is no reason to worry as such. Remember, for Canada too, 14% of all international students are from India. So Indian students are important for their universities, for their economy, and most universities have actually gone above and beyond to try and allay any concerns that students have.
Universities have been communicating super proactively. In fact, I've read multiple emails where universities are telling students about mental health helplines, therapy helplines. I think people who are in Canada right now are relatively eased off over the last 3 to 4 days.
Now to the main question. What if you're planning to go to Canada? What do you do then? Well, on this as well, there are multiple things to keep in mind. You can check if it's possible to defer your plans if you're really worried. If you're keen on going to Canada, then you can maybe just wait for a bit to apply, or of course you can consider an alternate destination.
The large intake in Canada now is going to be the fall intake, that is September 2024. So even if students are very keen on going to Canada and one of their say preferred programs, they can start their applications as late as January, February 2024, get their visas in place by late March, early June, that entire 2-month window, and then be able to kind of go in by August, September. So students are more than happy to play a wait and watch and see this play out.
Suppose they've already got admission. If they can defer their admission for a year, things should settle down by then. So if they can get a deferment, that would be wonderful. They can hold on to that admission, but go after a year. If that is not possible, then they should look at other alternatives, other countries. So they should look at countries like Australia and New Zealand, which are more student to immigration friendly rather than the United States, and relatively less expensive as well.
However, remember that this is a political and a diplomatic issue. Of course, we are yet to see if it will actually directly impact the educational space, but one thing that experts say is that what's basically important is your career goal. Figure out why you want to go to Canada. Is there a specific course or university that you like? Are you going there because you have a set objective, or just because you want that atmosphere and that quality of life? Identifying this has to be the first step.
What are the courses that will help you get to that career objective? What are the best universities for that? If that university lies in Canada, you should go ahead with that. If that lies elsewhere, you should go ahead with that. Don't make a change in your career immediately because of this small thing.
Say that don't choose a country, choose a program, choose a city, choose an ecosystem. For example, if you want to do automotive, it makes a lot of sense for you to be in Germany. If you want to do luxury fashion management, it makes a lot of sense for you to be in somewhere in France. If you want to do sports, there are great programs in the Greater London area or in the Melbourne area.
But if you're going because you want that quality of life at that cost, then Canada is not the only option. There are a number of countries that offer similar educational experiences, similar post-study opportunities, PRs, work visas, and are either as costly or even lower as compared to Canada.
There has all other geographies where similar immigration benefits are offered, which are in Europe, mostly Germany, France, Finland, Sweden. These are the economies where, again, similar benefits are offered. You get a PR benefit, you get higher salary. They need more of the young population to come and survive, grow their economy, because they have all been aging economies. Provide a lot of affordable courses, and they provide degree programs, which are also 1.5 year programs. So it's not a very long duration that you have to study in case of your masters. And in terms of the tuition fees, they are lesser. In terms of the living cost, I'll say they are similar to Canada. But they will provide you better work opportunities, because the quality of life and in these economies is better. They always have very fixed working hours. You can't stretch beyond 8 hours working in a German or in any other France or other economy. The companies are very, very strict in terms of the time you can give to the work. So that way the lifestyle is better. The cost of study is less. Living cost, I'll say, is similar to Canada.
In fact, if this issue were to persist in the long run, India actually has lesser to lose. It's Canada who will face a bigger problem. Canada needs talent. They need immigrant workers for their economy to continue to grow. Immigration already accounts for most of the country's labor force. The Canadian government last year said that they wanted to bring in new immigrants and want a 25% jump in numbers between 2021 and 2025. And of course, India is a global talent destination. Many economies want Indian students and workers. So if the standoff continues, Indians can switch their study abroad preferences. Also remember, this is not the only problem in Canada right now. They are facing a housing crisis with rents for students skyrocketing. You can find out more about that issue in this video. So there's a bunch of things that Canada needs to get in place, and soon, if they don't want to lose out. Hope you enjoyed this video. For more such content, keep watching Money Control.